Good morning, natural gas. It's Monday, June 29th, 2026. I'm Tim Beggins, president of Elk Trading Company, and this is the top news for natural gas. Number one, in Europe, dangerous heat is set to return. Number two, in the U.S., extreme heat risk arrives ahead of the July 4th holiday weekend. Number three, Qatar aims for restart of LNG production within a few weeks. And number four, Golden Pass has begun preliminary commissioning activities for Train 2. Let's turn to the spot August natural gas contract. Currently, right now, we are trading at $3.20, down 7.9 cents over 2.38%. As you can see, the RSI is turning lower. Why? Because storage expectations for this week are around plus 80 BCF, which is bearish versus last year and the 5-year average. Also, production's holding almost 112 BCF per day. Let's take a look at the hourly chart. And as you can see right now, we're well below the daily pivot, which came in today at 3.305. We are below now first support, which came in at 323.5, and holding right now, right here above this second support level here at 319.10. So the RSI is trying to turn up from an oversold condition. We'll see if we can catch a bounce later today. Let's turn to the Jan versus the October spread here. And as you can see right now, we're up just about 2 cents here. The RSI is trying to turn to the upside. Why? Because we got a little bit of weakness here in the front part of the board. The back end of the curve is starting to think about winter. We're running out of summer risk at this stage. As we get into the July 4th holiday weekend, we'll slide into the rest of summer and then start thinking about the winter injection season, or winter withdrawal season, excuse me. And here is the Novi through March here strip, and it is turning to the downside. We're currently down 6 cents here, currently trading at 376.10. That means that we're still pushing lower at this stage. It's choppy right now, and there are concerns about Super El Nino. What does that mean for winter in North America? Let's turn to the grid here, and this is ERCOT. We've got high renewable output today, over 61,000 here, and yet we've got strong demand today, just over 85,000 megawatts in the grid today. So natural gas right now only pulling about 24.1% here of the fuel mix, quite low, over 15,500. That is because wind and solar are really taking the market share. And let's take a look at the grid across the United States here, moving around here on the road. But as you can see here, ERCOT is going to be doing very well today. But you can see SPP is moving up, but NISO, MISO, and PJM are expected to be very strong in power prices today. Why? Because of the heat, the rising heat risk, which we'll talk about in a second here. Let's take a look at that weather in the United States. And as you can see, as we push through the forecast period here, this is the European model on heat risk. As you can see, triple digits basically from Texas all the way up the East Coast here as we go through the forecast period. So that means we've got strong heat risk despite the overproduction. And let's take a look at that heat risk here. This is today. Just about 2 million people have extreme heat risk. This is mainly up in Iowa. This is Tennessee. As you can see, major heat risk for almost 100 million. As we push into Tuesday, tomorrow, over 100 million in major heat risk. Extreme heat risk starts to rise, especially around Chicago, St. Louis. As we push into Thursday, this is pushing east with the extreme heat risk, now over 78 million here on Thursday, and pushing up to 85 million here on Friday. That is right before July the 4th. So it's going to be very warm for over almost 200 million people east of Mississippi at this stage, because as you can see, extreme heat risk here from Atlanta all the way back up into New York and toward Chicago. This continues to Saturday and to Sunday, mainly on the East Coast. And as you can see for Europe, this is what we talked about, extreme heat risk. And as you can see going forward in the forecast here, they are looking at more extreme heat coming back in here as we get into the first full week of July. You can start to see that heat pushes off right now into Eastern Europe, but then it returns as we start pushing into later into the period here. There it comes again, July the 4th, coming back into Spain, into France. By the 6th, it starts becoming extreme heat risk here as well. That pushes in through the 9th and 10th. So again, Europe is looking at very, very warm temperatures after July the 4th. So more risk here for a lot more people. How about storage? Well, the UK is really our problem child here at just 18% full. As you can see, the Netherlands is about 25%, and Belgium is 23%. Other major countries like France and Germany are doing well. France almost up to 50%, Germany at 41%. So this is good news for the major countries, but France, of course, right now still needs to push further with this extreme heat risk. The United Kingdom is the problem right now. Let's take a look at Asia. And as you can see, Asia is mixed. This is the temperature anomaly map here. As you can see, it's mainly cool for a few periods, but then some warmer temperatures start coming in around Shanghai. This is Shanghai right here, that river system right there. But you can start seeing some warmer temperatures coming in July the 3rd into the 4th. As we go further and further into the forecast period, this is a mixed bag for the Koreas, Japan, and parts of southern China. In fact, the heat is mainly focused between Shanghai and Beijing. Let's take a look at the LNG markets. As you can see here, there is still some congestion. We do see some traffic going through the Strait of Hormuz, but there is nothing yet loading at Qatar. They are aiming to restart production here in the next few weeks. Let's take a look at the US LNG. This is Cameron LNG, running about 1.462 out of 1.56. So holding steady here at Cameron LNG. This is Creole Trail, which feeds Sabine Pass here, running also doing very well here, over 92% capacity here at 1.56 out of 1.7. Good news there. Corpus Christi, still doing a little bit of maintenance here coming out, but we still have some open capacity, still doing over 85% utilization. Let's take a look at Venture Global. This is Trans-Cameron pipeline here that feeds Calcasieu Pass here. And as you can see, it still has that open capacity of over 465,000. That has been standard for the last couple of weeks. And here is Plaquemines, again, running now over nameplate capacity, running 3.951 out of 3.94. So still doing very well at Plaquemines. And Golden Pass has low nominations overnight, but now back up here over 328,000 MMBTUs. Again, capacity here for train 1, 800 to 850,000. They are looking to start commissioning activities for train 2, trying to get that facility up and online before the end of the year. And let's take a look at the nuclear fleet. We're running at 1.21 gigawatts that are offline right now. As you can see here, South Texas is fully back right now, which obviously is putting more pressure on natural gas here in Texas. As you can see, we're still waiting for Palisades to come back online from decommissioning. And here's the tropics. As you can see, there's a small chance for development here coming off North Carolina, but it is just in the next few days drifting west. And here's the mid-Atlantic, and as you can see, dust, Saharan dust here is all the way through the Gulf of America / Mexico into Central America, and you got yet another plume coming off the coast of Africa. Let's take a look at the stocks. These are oil and gas E&P sector here. Stocks between $2 and $10 billion have a high short float over 10%. And as you can see, Northern Oil and Gas has fallen off the list here. Right now, it is a mixed bag here with Matador and BKV in the positive. Everybody else is in the negative. Behind me here, Magnolia down 1.21% or 27%. So recapping again, we are running now currently for the spot August contract, $3.1940, down 8.5 cents here, or over 2.6%. The RSI is turning lower, and again, it is because of high production and, of course, expectations for a high storage injection for the report coming out on Thursday, right ahead of the July 4th weekend. Let us know your thoughts in the comment section below. Please hit that like and subscribe button. Thanks for listening. We'll see you tomorrow.